Hi, we are here for episode 2, Produce Boys Planet. My notes this time around, I feel like I had more to say than last week, but this episode was kind of a chore for me to watch. I feel like last week I was kind of more excited because it was new and stuff, but now it's kind of like it was a little bit of a struggle to watch this whole episode. 2 hours. As per, they watched the first episode and showed the rankings to the trainees. Sunmi appeared, which got them hyper. Where's Hwang Min-hyun? Not too much on that. We'll get to him later. Anywho, back to the first intro performances, the star level tests. Thankfully, it wasn't a full hour of this, and we moved on to the next part of the show. But we're going to still talk about them because we had to finish it. So we're just going to get the cliffhanger out the way. Lee Ho-taek, aka Hui, performed Blackpink's Shut Down. I'm not a fan of the song, but he sounded great vocally, and the cliffhanger from last week was finally over. All those grim, nervous expressions from the masters were definitely for the preview's shock, because they did not give a single one of those little things at all during his performance. Typical Mnet scary editing fashion, making us think that he did worse than what he did. He got an all-star, baby. And that's on that part. The K-group Wake 1 trainees definitely seem like they're a force to be fought with. They are strong and they did what needed to be done. Unfortunately, none of them really stood out to me like that, though. They just were all around a good, cohesive group. But other than that, I don't remember what happened with them. Cool? Capisci? Yeah? Okay, the individual trainees from K-group performed Neurotic by DBSK. I liked it. It was very sexy. They were giving sex appeal, especially Kim Ji-young. If I were in that room, I would have had a crush on him too. So that one guy who was like, yeah, I feel it. I don't blame him. I don't blame any of those boys at all. That man is very fine. It also seems that So-won, who's a member of 9i, also is really into this man, and as he should be, because yes, So-won was giving I'm a Kim Ji-young fanboy after I just saw him, because he was giving face, he was giving smolder, he was giving all of it. The Osaka, Japan trainees performed, and it was clear that Keita, who's a member of Cypher, that's on Rain's label, was the standout of their team. I didn't pay attention to him before, but because they didn't show him like that, but I'm paying attention to him now. He's very charming and clearly has talent, and I hope he makes it far in this show. We shall see. To be continued, to be determined. Mnet, please don't do nothing funky with his edits. Side note, I think Mnet is up to their tricks and trying to give Park Gunuk Jellyfish the evil edit, because he was shown giving a lot of like sour-ish reactions after certain G group performances. Did he really feel that way, or is Mnet doing what they know best, stirring up invisible drama, because they know the first and second episodes don't bring much, and every time there's a survival show, it's the same get through these intros ordeals. Anyways, K-group wins overall and gets to listen to the Signal song first, which is Nanbina, Here I Am. It's an okay song. It isn't as catchy as any of the Produce songs to me as of yet, but I'm sure once the end of this show is done, I will be bumping it. Just after we got through these freaking Signal tests, the final tests for the song, I already had the chorus kind of stuck in my head. So yeah, more judgments on that song to be continued, because we're gonna hear it a lot. Everyone moves into their planet camp, the dorms, and the bonding truly begins. It was very funny seeing E-Doll's room. He was trying to start combos, and the others were mannequin challenging the hell out of it. Another group was hype throughout, hence the hype boy impromptu dance. Sok, Matthew, and Takuto, very cute, not too much, not too damn much. Park Do-hwa and Kim Ji-young, they were in a room together. It was given very much, I like it. Park Do-hwa said Kim Ji-young was the sexiest one. I have a crush on a man. I agree. Also, nobody has flashed an ab yet, but we will get to that eventually. Usually there's like one little abdominal show, but we'll see that later on. We will see that later on. Confirmed. The official day starts with learning Here I Am. The first dance class, it looks like the K group all-stars are making some blunders. It was in like the whole big group auditorium setting. Hotek and Han Yujin were signaled out for their not up to par dancing. The mentors were being a little harsh since it was technically like the first official thing. I mean, yeah, they got it a day before, but how much can you really master a day before unless you're like an ace genius level, all that in a bag of chips? At least it was presented to us that they were given very harsh. But I guess all stars are supposed to be like ready to go. You already had a day with the song. You already had a day and you don't even have the dance memorized. Boo, what's up with you? It was given that. But anyways, camera, I've noticed so far, has really liked showing Park Do-ha. Does Mnet always need to have a Kim So-hye floater in every single show? Absolutely not. We can easily have a group of people that we're all talented from the get-go instead of struggle stories unless actual improvement is seen. This sounds harsh, but Mnet, we do not always need a success story for each group you make. I mean, yes, we'll have our own problems and trials and tribulations, but we don't need to have someone that's like completely zero talent. But later on that, because you're gonna definitely be like, you're a hypocrite, we see it. And I will admit, I feel like we don't always need that, but if they want to give us that angle, I want to make sure the one that I like is the one that gets that angle, okay? Seulgi was seen with the all-star class. Haruto and Keita sing a little duet, and Keita was doing what needed to be done. I liked him. I'm now rooting for him. Come on, Keita. Rapping and singing, he has it all, and he's very cute to look at. Some people really be blessed like that, okay? Jay is another one. He's very cute and he's singing. As per usual, some of the initial all-stars are struggling, so it's not a surprise. Yujin is seen to be really struggling with both the singing and the dancing, so we'll see. More on him later. The 3 stars group dancing, they seem to be doing good at the dancing. They're all hungry to move up to the all-stars. Once again, the formula of every survival show in Korea is repeating itself just with new characters. But it's good to be hungry and strive to be better, because you're like right at the cusp. We all knew it was coming, a battle between the besties, Hanbin and Matthew, and they're both really talented and really quick learners. I love their friendship. I don't want to root for anybody to be in the final group just of yet. I mean, like, yeah, I vote, but like, don't get too attached because you never know. What happened this week, the rankings could easily switch. Lesson learned from Produce 101 Season 2, okay? E-Doll was seen very nervous about his dancing, and he was losing a lot of confidence. He needs a lot of work. He still needs a lot of work. Lee Sung-hwan moved him to the middle. He needed a confidence booster. Lee Sung-hwan was really trying to be like morale boost. I like it. Now, if Mnet needs to desperately have their Kim So-hye moment once again for the millionth time, I hope that it's E-Doll, because I think E-Doll is nicer to look at and more appealing than Park Do-ha. Anyways, Oju, he was like a Japanese trainee in the Zero class. He was helping lead the dance for the Zero Stars. Do your thing, teach them if you can. Takuto is still really cute with that blush makeup on his face. Takuto was getting a lot of screen time. Waterworks. Time for a sentimental phone call. Tears were shed. It makes them seem like they were gone forever and a day. I mean, who knows how long they've been there already. And as always, we were filled with sad moments, and others were very funny. And gave us shits and giggles. Like the one mom who was like, "Oh, I've been drinking," and I was like, "Okay, drink it up." But I did feel bad that some of them, they didn't get a phone call answer when they called whoever they were going to call. Next up, we move on to test day. Okay, we are here for the final test. We've all been learning. Here I am. You're going to either move up, move down, or you're going to stay the same. It seems the mentors were on a video call giving the instructions. I was like, wait, what? And I don't think they were telling the trainees that they were going to perform in front of the mentors, which was a very scary twist in my opinion, because in other shows they've just they've recorded, the judges have watched it in a separate time. This time it was all up in person. Did they do that the last season? I don't know. I don't remember because I didn't watch. The group with the most stars will get the highlight parts, and here's where I'm starting to get really annoyed with the show. I feel like they should have had the highest star trainees, aka the all-stars, at the end of this test get the highlight parts. It's time to stop keeping them so segregated. I wished it was the case, but we're still not done with that, because what's the point? We're all going to coexist together eventually. And I just feel like it's not fair. I feel like if the all-stars are trying to get the stars for their group K or G to get the highlight parts of the song. Why would they let the lower star trainees who drug the team down get to be in a highlight part just because the better ones got the stars for their group? Make it make sense. Make it fair already, damn it. Because it's like, okay, we already know the outcome. The K group is going to get the highlight part. That's what it is. Anyways, it seems the other trainees will get to see the others performing for the final test. The nerves. I would be like so nervous. That's like really scary. The 0 stars from G group supposedly went first. And it was not looking hot. I mean, the first guy that performed was one of them, was the clapper from the hot performance in episode 1. Then it switched to the K group, 0 stars. Jung Mingyu, I really was like liking his work ethic because he was like very determined. But vocally, he's still not there. And I really don't see it for him. So anyways, he was still not the moment. Anyway, he still stayed a 0 star. They showed us some people's move ups or move downs. And then the others, we were just left to interpretation until we get further notice. When is there going to be a Wikipedia page? Because, like, it's not giving on the Wikipedia page, on the wiki fan page for Boys Planet. It's not telling us, but maybe we'll know once it's later on. Who knows? I want to know who ended up where. Takuto, I mean, I could watch the performance for Here I Am again. Now that I know some faces, we'll see. Takuto got moved up to 1 star. Woot woot. Kong, the man from Vietnam who had trouble with the pronunciation, he moved up to 3 stars. I really felt it, okay? He really put in that work, and I don't know who he is, but I was rooting for him when they showed his final test because it really showed that he really was striving for those stars. We need to see more of Lee Sung-won. I felt like he has something brewing inside of him. He moved up to 3 stars as he should. He was very stable, and I really liked it. Okay, Sung-won. Hearing Park Gung-wook's big beefy self call Lee Dal-hyung, I was like, that was a little chuckle for me because, like, Dal looks so younger than Park Gung-wook, but it's the opposite. Dal, unfortunately, went to 0 stars. He messed up, and then he kind of just froze. He fumbled the bag big time. Kim Ji-young maintained his 3 stars and took his seat next to someone, one of his numerous fanboys. I mean, like, yes, we need some interaction. Kim Tae-rae was giving very steady vocals, and he was cute. He's kind of cute. His smile is cute. He stayed in 3 stars as well because they felt like his dancing wasn't all that in a bag of chips. Almost done with the episode. I'm very confused where Mnet wants to go with Park Gun-wook because they had him perform, but then it's like they're showing him in not so great lights, and some of them, but then they're like, we kind of want him to win, so like to be determined. I don't understand where is their storyline going for Park Gun-wook? I don't get it. But anyways, neither here nor there. The more I see of Sung Han-bin though, the more I fall for him. He's really proving his worth each and every time. It's a beautiful sight to see. He moved up to the All-Stars, baby. Unfortunately, his bestie, Sok Matthew, he maintained a 3 star. But I think he's getting it. He's getting it. He's really growing on me this episode. I need to see more of him. I need to see more of him, and also his friendship with Han-bin is just, like, so precious. Like, it would be kind of cute if they ended up debuting together because, like, besties, we made it. We survived the hell of Boys Planet, and we get to be reaping the rewards. Ehotek, he forgot some of the lyrics, which caused him to fumble, which also caused him to drop a star. Everyone was shocked. I mean, I don't know. I want to say I was shocked, but at the same time, I kind of felt like, we'll see where this goes. They had me worried though for Jay because in the practices it showed that he was really losing confidence because he wasn't that great at catching on to dancing, but he seemed to do okay in the final test and he kept his all-star rank. And also Keita really helped Jay with the dance. Keita and Jay, a duo. I approve of that. Lastly, Han Yoo-jin, who had a lot of trouble with the vocals and the dancing from what we'd seen in the practices, he was the cliffhanger. So we'll see if he did really well or not in the Kim Gyubin, another one of his trainees from wherever they are. Yuhaehwa, right? Is it Yuhaehwa? No. Don't remember where they're from. I think it was Yuhaehwa. But he was seen crying, I guess, from watching Eugen's performance. We'll see. Cliffhanger. I'm glad we got a different cliffhanger man though. Anyways, This episode, the top 9, I don't remember what last week's top 9 was. I think it changed a little bit. It did change a little bit from 9 to 1. Edol, Jay, Jong Hao. Still don't know how to pronounce your name, boo, but I like you. Ehotech, Sok Matthew bumped up to 5th. Okay, come on. Kim Gyubin, I don't really know much about him. I mean, they showed him briefly performing because he wanted to dance at the end of the star level test, but like, okay, cool. Kim Ji-young bumped down a place. Han Yujin took his place, and Song Hanbin still remains number 1, as he should, because I feel like at this point he really deserves it. Yeah. Han Yujin, I'm kind of on the fence about him. I'm like, I liked him after the first episode, but now I'm kind of like, we'll see where this goes. Now, I've seen on Twitter, some folks aren't happy about Jay being in the top 9, and I don't really understand why is this. Because anyone fill me in on some details? Did he do something that people don't like in the pre-debuts before the show? I mean, everybody has a past. And I don't know what he did. I don't know why a lot of people don't seem to see it for him. I think he's very talented, and I think he can make it, I feel like. So I don't know what the like hate for him is online. If somebody could fill me in. I mean, like, I'm not a perfect person, and it's hard. I feel like if he did do some blunders before we knew him from the show, I feel like if it's not breaking the law, there should be second chances, because like, we all make mistakes and we all do things that we're not proud of that we would look back on with regret. And it's only fair as humans that we get a second chance to redeem ourselves and prove that we've grown and learned from our lessons and experiences. Because like, if you were in that situation, wouldn't you want a second chance? Like, would you always want to be labeled as this for the rest of your life, even though that's not who you are as of now? We'll see. I don't know. Anyways, we'll move on from that. Baby, there is light in the world because Hwang Min-hyun is finally blessing us and those boys next week. We finally get to see this man, and he's going to interact, and I'm finally ready because, like, Min-hyun, we need to see you. We need to see you. And it's going to be another K group versus G group competition. I'm so fucking tired of this. Start putting them together. They just need to put them together at this point. I'm so tired of it. Like, the rankings are together, so put the groups together. Like, I hope after this competition we start, and after the first elimination, it's time to integrate. It's time to integrate because, like, we can't keep having this split because it's not going to look good at the end, and then everybody's going to be pissed. Well, majority of the global fans are going to be pissed. Anyways, it's time to integrate. Like, come on, Mnet. And once again, we get the Avengers team. Obviously, every single season there's going to be Avengers team. There's going to be a Justice League. And I'm like, okay, there's nothing new, but I'm still here for it. And it looks like ABS making their debut. Oh, shit. I saw a lot of this, a lot of this. Damn near everybody and their mother was showing this. Anyways, this episode was kind of boring to me, but I still had a lot more to say. I'm looking forward to the songs next week. I heard a Aju Nice. I heard a Kill This Love, and I'm excited to see. My top 9 is still Edol. I'm rooting for him. I don't care what the public thinks. This is why I said you can call me a hypocrite, because I was like, we don't need a Kim So-hye, but if Mnet insists on giving us a Kim So-hye, please make it Edol, because I feel like he's the most charming out of all of the Kim So-hye contestants. No shade, Kim So-hye, but you know, like, girl, you know, if you was around at that time, you know, okay? Jay, again, this man is talented. Let the talent speak for themselves, please. Song Hanbin, I'm in love with this man. Kim Ji-young, I think he's doing what needs to be done. I feel like he's going to just keep getting better. Keita, I have to add him now. He impressed me the most in this episode. He was given. Ollie and Ricky, they are on the fence for me. Sok Matthew is really growing on me. I may be changing my votes again. Also, both Ollie and Ricky had very little screen time. Ricky had very little, and Ollie had 0. We didn't see him at all. Han Yujin, I was voting for him. I like him, but I'm not too sure anymore. We'll see. And then Na Kamden, I kind of really want to see more of him. He's holding his weight, I feel like, and so yeah, I potentially will start voting for Sok Matthew. We shall see. We shall see. This episode was boring as cheese. There wasn't a lot that I really was like, ooh, ah. The most exciting moments for me in the show was getting to know Keita a little bit more. Kong, I don't know, something about him. Hanbin and Matthew, like, yes, not too much. And yeah, so that's how I feel about this episode. Whew, we got a long road ahead of us, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it through it. I hope. Anyways, thank you for watching my recap and my thoughts. I'm excited for next week. The show is the same formula. I'm not gonna try and expect more than what's not gonna be given, but I just feel like, okay, we get it. There's global contestants and there's Korean contestants. Let's stop having them compete against each other and start putting them together, because the Korean trainees are going to be competing against the Korean trainees and the global trainees are going to be competing against the global trainees, and it's just going to be that. It's not going to be one way or the other, okay? They're already competing against each other, so like, integrate. I'm tired of seeing an all Korean group and an all global group. It's time to integrate. Stop the segregation, damn it. I'm tired of that. Mnet, like, okay, we get it. Mnet, I think, really needs to rebrand. After this Boys Planet thing, don't do another Girls Planet. I think we need to go back to the drawing board and think of something else. Because, like, baby, your shows are getting kind of tired and the viewership shows. Okay, thanks. What are your thoughts? Who's your fave? Who spoke to you? Who didn't speak to you? Spicy thoughts. Anyways, bye. I'ma pick you up.